we're going to Fraser, and both of us have never been to Fraser before, so I'm very excited because I've heard great things about it. So yeah. So we just pulled over. We're gonna put down our tire pressure before we get on the barge. It's recommended 19 psi, I think I read online. So we'll pop them down. So we've just got on the barge and we are literally the only car on the barge, which is promising, and hopefully it's not too busy on Fraser because school goes back tomorrow, so the Christmas holidays are finished. Australia Day weekend is been and gone, so hopefully it'll be nice and quiet and not too crowded, which will be a lovely way to see Fraser. Coming to Fraser Island, or it's also known as GARI, which is the Aboriginal name, you do need to book a vehicle permit through like the parks, like the Queensland Parks website, which you can do online, and then you also need to get a camping permit, which are two separate things. So you can get them all on the same website. You just have to create like an account and then choose your camp spots and how many days you want that. So make sure you do that, otherwise you could cop a pretty hefty fine. Another thing about Fraser is that there's lots of dingoes, so that'll be interesting. I'm pretty keen to see one, but not to get too close.
And the 187's handling it pretty well, 2,500 revs. Temperature's still halfway. That temp problem we had kind of sorted itself out a little bit. But yeah, we're not experiencing any high temperatures anymore. But I think the last few days we haven't even gone over 80.
Here we are, like,
I didn't even notice the bump was even there.
It was fine. It was just like a little gutter.
Yeah, just jumped the curb.
Yeah, just...
We do have the fence.
So this is the entrance to the camping area, the Wongai camping area. The Wongai.
Ah, because we wanted to do the Wongai from Tio.
Vegetation here and the rainforest is just stunning, and these trees are massive. It's really, really beautiful to like just admire.
Very lovely.
Absolutely stunning. Stunning, 10 out of 10. Alright, so it's now late afternoon, or probably like, what is it, 3 p.m? My watch has died.
Yeah, so late afternoon. We haven't had lunch yet.
Haven't had lunch yet, so we're gonna treat ourselves and we're gonna head over to the west side of Fraser to the Kingfisher Bay Resort. I think there's like a pub there that you can buy food at, so we're gonna go suss that out and treat ourselves to a little late lunch, and then we'll just have a small dinner by the camp tonight.
What was this restaurant called, Jade?
Well, we're still trying to find it, but it's called the Sand and Wood Restaurant.
And this place is like fucking Jurassic Park.
But I don't even
big
know.
dome building in here.
I don't know if this is actually it. We're a little bit lost. We booked a table for 2 for dinner.
Well, look.
But there's no signs to say that we're in the right spot. So Google Maps says that this is where it is, but it looks like a... No, it's the reception.
Well, we'll
go and ask reception. So when you look here, we just came to this little map. Sand and Wood, J14. J14. So we are kind of in the right spot. We found it. We have finally arrived at camp for the night. It is 8:15. We've just half set up because we're gonna head off tomorrow morning and go exploring around the island. So we thought it's no use us setting up properly. So yeah, tomorrow we'll have a full day. There you are.
too black for the camera.
Tomorrow we'll have a full day at the beach. We're going to head up the east coast, have a little look around there, and then hopefully have time to then also head into one of the other lakes that we didn't get to see today. So it'll be you. I actually can't see you. You are. There we go. So should be good. So it's about 6:30 in the morning. We've just gotten up from our campsite, packed up, and we are on our way up the east coast of Fraser. Another little dingo. We've just reached Happy Valley, which is like another, by the looks of it, little township. So we'll check it out before we head up a little further to Eli Creek. So as you enter like the main little townships that we've been going through, they have these like gates upon entry, and they have these electric shock wires that you drive over, and I assume they are to deter the dingoes from entering, which is pretty gnarly. We've made it to Eli Creek. So we took a backpack and and like had our clothes on, took everything down to Eli Creek, got to like the end and realized you're meant to like, well, you're not meant to, but most people float down the creek because it opens up to the ocean where we parked our car. And so we decided we're gonna walk back to the car, put all of our stuff in there, and then come back in just our swimmers, so that we don't have to double back. Well, we have to double back anyway, but at least we can then just relax and head down the creek. So little tip, if you are coming to Eli Creek, leave everything in the car, just put your swimmers on, and that way you won't make the same mistake that we did. Little tip, we got here at probably like, what was it, 7:30? I think it was. Come early because we're leaving now and it's nearly 10 o'clock and it is starting to get really packed at Eli Creek. So when we first arrived, we were the only car. So we are off onto our next destination, and we just ran into a lovely couple with a young child, and they were heading over to the wreck, which is like pretty close to Eli Creek, so we're going to stop in there and have a look before we head up to Champagne Pools.
Oh, this is the Mahina wreck right here. Big rusty boat.
So we've just come here, we're going to walk along here over to the Champagne Pools. Back at the car park, we met this older fella who used to live on Fraser Island, so he gave us some nice little tips of where to go, and so we're gonna head up toward Orchid Beach now, and then he said there's like a little right turn towards Waddy Point, and then a nice little area that you can have lunch, and there's like a nice little waterhole where you can swim. So he's actually going there now, so we're gonna kind of follow him so we don't get lost, and yeah, hopefully it's good. So this is near Waddy Point, or it is Waddy Point. Anyway, stunning, beautiful, nice gutter where you can swim. we just got bogged. We were just trying to come around this point, and it was so much softer than we anticipated. So we just got out the max tracks. Angelo has just reversed, but it looks like he might be bogged again. So back to digging. We needed to get up that one. I think we needed more momentum from like here getting into second, and then we would have been okay, I reckon. But nah. Yeah, let's go. All right. Our temperature just went back up, so we really couldn't risk pushing the car too much, so we've had to turn around because we're a little bit concerned with how hot the car is getting with the temperature issue that we've been having. So we are back on the other side of that one, that little point. I think it's at Turtle Rookery or something. And we're going to head back to Waddy Point. Just not worth it. We don't really want to cook the car a week into the trip. There's been dingoes around our camp all afternoon, and Angelo's all chill about it. I'm slightly terrified.
I want one. Got down to some boggy sand just off the road coming down to the beach access, and the temperature gauge was literally sitting just under hot. Just under the red line. Yes, under the red line. It was about to cook itself, actually.
Yeah, we were pretty freaked out, not gonna lie.
And the problem was,
well, before we say the problem, no, before we say the problem, no.
Onto the main tank.
No, but the thing is that I was feeling like I didn't have any power, and I was like, I couldn't get past 40, even when I went down to the harder sand. And I couldn't work out why. I was like, there's something wrong, it's overheating, rah, rah, rah. And then we realized that we were still on our sub tank, which is at well and truly at empty. And so, yeah.
And now we change over to the main tank, which is full. We're doing about...
Well, at the moment, I just had to slow down.
Well, yeah, we were doing 2,000 revs, sitting at about 60 miles an hour.
Miles! Didn't realize we were in America.
I really don't care. Well, they're just locking up the cruiser now. Now we've got to this, what's this lake called again? Lake Alom. We're gonna go check this map out. Just walk down, and you guys can see in the water there. Look at that. Look at that.
in the camp. Oh my gosh!
All these little turtles.
There's heaps!
Hundreds of them.
They're actually bigger than I thought.
Alright, you guys will go underwater and you can have a closer look.
Yeah, you can go on.
Look at that, guys. Look. Heaps of little turtles still swimming right in front of us. We're tossing up whether to swim or not, but we forgot to read the sign for that part. But I think you should be able to. I don't know. What do you reckon, Jade?
I think you can. I don't know if I'm going to.
It is
the
quite.
reeds kind of.
It is quite thick and mucky, and
all the turtles are right at the entrance. Which I love turtles, but kind of freaks me out. I don't really want them snapping at me. Alright, we're back in the car. Grabbed out a little snack. We are, ooh, better open the door. We are now heading back out to the road, over to the west side of the island still, following along Warrelly Creek Road. We're going to, I think there's like a scenic drive that you can do, and there's a couple of creeks that we want to see, and we're gonna pick one and camp there tonight. So there's, I think, Boweraddy, Warrelly, and then another one which I can't remember the name. So we're going to go and just have a bit of an explore, and then once we figure out where we want to camp for the night, we'll set up and have some lunch and chill out for the afternoon, I think. Maybe go for a nice freshwater swim, which would be really nice.
very lovely indeed.
I'm driving down the coast, homies in the back bumping loud. You know, we ain't got no worries, this my home. I don't plan on leaving. There ain't nothing better than the west side, that's right. We open back, we get the bag, and they're on it back, and I'm like, we open back, we get the bag, and they're on it back.
Nothing for the freezer. Look at these little guys. Look at these. 100 little crabbies here. Look at that. Burrowing in. Look at that. They're all burrowing into the ground now. Look at this big one. Look at that. Burrowing sideways. Oh crap. And they're all gone. Nothing left. Holy cow. Look at that. This grateful there. Look at that. Look.
The winds at the moment, the east coast is super rough. Come over to the west coast and it's flat as a tap. Beautiful.
That is,
Oh, this is nice. just arrived at Bawarati Creek campground. So we just had a little swim at Bawarati Creek. I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. And it's really nice there. We were going to camp there, but access to the road, the inland road, was cut off, so the only access was along the beach, and it's bound by the tides, and we want to head off early tomorrow morning, which won't be in our favor with the tides. So we're heading back towards the first place that we stopped when we came off the inland track, which was it Awinya or Aminya? I can't remember, one of the creeks, and we're going to head back there. But I was just saying to Angela, it was really nice over at Bawarati Creek because it had the freshwater creek inland, just away from the ocean, and then the west coast, the ocean is so flat. So if we were ever to come back here, it would be really nice to camp there for a couple of nights, where you've got the ocean where it's flat as a tack and you can swim in the salt water, and then rinse off in the freshwater creek. So it would be nice to come back and try that another time, which would be lovely. We are set up camp now, ready to relax for the afternoon, maybe have a nice little swim before we get ready for dinner.
There's no way I'm getting that back. It's working again. I'm just gonna keep firing just from the fox up. It's tight there now.
So Angelo is using a, what is it called? A ball bearing bow. So my dad had it and gave it to Angelo for some fun while on the trip. So he's just shooting it into the creek for fun. We've just woken up. We had a bit of a late morning this morning, got up at about 8. Just cooked some nice brekkie, about to start. Sausage, meat, bacon and eggs, tomato, coffee in hand, and Ange has just set up the rope swing. So the tides come up, the creek is looking absolutely lush. So we're gonna have a little swim after we have our brekkie.
Up and now we just had a little swim, had a little Jade's been reading a book, soaking up in the sun, having a quick tan. Now it's about midday now, and as you see the video from this morning, the tide has completely gone down. So that level just here, all the way down. So
we're just going to stop, have a quick lunch. Beautiful curry that Angelo cooked up. Have a bit of lunch and then we're gonna head back. So we're gonna head back south this afternoon, and we're hoping to get to Lake Bermanjan this afternoon, but it'll all be dependent on time. So
time in the roads.
yeah. Off we go. Just packed up camp. It probably took us just under half an hour, which not too bad. Easy peasy. Where is it taking us? That's fine. We got bogged. We just got the max tracks out. No, stop. Alright, the max tracks didn't work. Angelo's just gonna try it one more time, see if he can get a little bit more momentum to get up the hill. Otherwise, we're gonna have to winch. So, I think he's just getting a bit of a run up. One of the max tracks just kept spitting, and because of the uneven ground, it's like just not working. Right, I can hear him coming. Fuck. Oh, babe. Yes. Woo! You! And he made it. All right. Now I just got to run up the hill. Whew. He made it. We just needed that extra momentum, thankfully, because yay! Yay!
I just sent it.
Yeah, just needed that momentum.
Oh shit.
So good.
Yes, that was so funny. That
Alright.
was so good.
Ah. What did you just do?
I just caught Tommy Roundhead.
Oh my
We
goodness.
were kids who used to keep some of his pets.
He literally just stopped the car, jumped out, and jumped into the bush. Oh
Tommy
my
Roundhead.
God. I was like, what are you doing? You're hilarious. So we've made our way back onto the east coast of the island. We're back on the beach. We just stopped in at Happy Valley, which is one of like the little townships, to fill up our water. We're all good with water now, and we're heading down to Yorong before we head back inland, because tonight we're going to go inland and stay at one of the freshwater lakes, Lake Bermanjan, which is the largest lake on Fraser Island. We just stopped off at Lake Birrabeen. We weren't going to, but last minute we changed our mind. It's actually really beautiful. I actually might have a quick dip before we get on the way. All right, we have arrived at Lake Bermanjan. Bit of a little walk down to the lake, and we can't quite find the campground that we've booked, so we booked online, so we're gonna have to look for that one when we come back from our swim, or it might just be in like the car park area. I'm not too sure.
Another trail camera there.
So this is the lake. Lake Vermangen, the biggest lake in GARI, FRASER Island. Oh, it's quite warm. Angelo has just cooked up a beautiful beef and veggie stir fry with some noodles. I'm very keen to try it. Thank you, my love.
All good.
It's so good.
Very good. Well, guys, looks like the neighbors come to say
Good morning.
Hey guys, well, this is the end of our Fraser trip. Hope you guys enjoyed.
We've just gotten back on the ferry, heading back over to Inskip Point. All up, we did 4 nights in Fraser, and I think that was a pretty good amount of time. We didn't get all the way up past that that turtle rookery where we had a little bit of a boggy situation. We didn't make it back up to the northern part of that east coast, but maybe next time if we come back we'll try that one again.
Yeah, come back when the cruise is all fully fixed.
Yeah, but it's been a good trip. Definitely recommend Fraser for anyone thinking of going. What was your favourite part?
I think my favourite part of the whole trip was just Lake Mackenzie.